homie. Ain't no love in that history, homie. This that Brian Urlacher ministry, homie. This that Walter Payton 85 energy, homie. This that Mike Ditka Hester history, homie. Bear down. We can't win. Bear down. We can't win. Bear down. We can't win. Bear down. We're not your friends.
The Chicago motherfucking Bears, baby.
We can't win. Bear down.
Let's freaking go.
Woo!
We're not your friends. Bears win. Oh my goodness.
On the fake, Williams looking downfield, launching downfield, going for it all. It is caught. Bears win it. DJ Moore.
Fitzy, look, man, we
Speechless.
talked last night. I've never been happier after a victory than I was last night. That look, and that includes the 2006 season when we went to the Super Bowl. Watching that game and watching the way a Bears team that quite frankly didn't deserve to win that game find a way to win that game.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, dude, so much fun, man. So much fun. You watch this team and you watch what they do, and they never give up. And look, they made some mistakes yesterday. There was that play call on the first drive on 4th and inches was maybe the first real mistake by Ben Johnson play calling wise in his tenure as a Bears coach so far. But
the
man,
first one you
just
could
plays,
solidly
man.
say, yeah. The first one you could solidly say that that's
you're
just
averaging
a bad
6
call.
yards a
There's
carry.
There's
You're
no
averaging 6 yards a carry on that drive.
and you're moving and shaking, and even Zacchaeus is catching the ball. And the throw to Zacchaeus on the sideline and that drive is beautiful. I mean, and plus the throw we just watched that I've watched like 20 times, which usually only watch baseball highlights that many times.
Yeah.
You still got a problem with DJ because there's wide receivers who make that catch in the league, but not 20 wide receivers, and probably not 15 wide receivers. Probably 10 wide receivers make that catch in the NFL right now, with the guy draped all over him like jewelry, like basically pass interference. Totally. I mean, but there was no flag, which I don't even really mind at that point in the game. I wouldn't mind if they lost because of it, but
there were a couple of flags yesterday that we have to talk about, and we're definitely going to get into that. Because I want to talk about some of the people that are out there, the Packer fans that are out there calling the Austin Booker hit on Jordan Love dirty. Like, you don't know what you're watching if you think that that's a dirty hit. Don't duck. Don't lower your head into the hit. We say it all the time, right? When we watch hockey, like, I'm a big hockey guy, and there's a guy skating down the center of the ice with his head down and he just gets murdered. What do we say? Don't skate with your head down. Don't lower your... What is a defender supposed to do when he is in the midst of delivering a hit with his head down where it's going to hit you in the chest where it's supposed to hit you, and then you lower into the damn hit?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is a defender supposed to do there?
Don't know, and I probably changed what I texted you. I guess that's a flag, but I don't know what the defender's supposed to do there. I really don't know. To lower your shoulder, you have to lower your helmet. And this is why, no one can tackle anymore. Because like, what's a penalty? What's not? How are you supposed to contort your body there? Watch the play live again. It's ridiculous. If you want to call that a dirty play, well, what's his name? Nixon makes a terribly dirty play to DJ Moore. That's even worse because DJ Moore isn't even looking. At least Jordan Love is trying to protect himself. And Jordan Love wasn't exactly excellent in that game anyway. I mean,
and I don't want to hear from Packers fans about a dirty hit on a quarterback because I'll bring up the video and play it on repeat of Jim McMahon.
Oh yeah,
30 seconds after he throws the ball, getting picked up and
that's
into the ground.
Different.
I know how long ago it was, but I mean, you're talking about like delivering a hit. Like what happened to DJ Moore was way dirtier than what happened to Jordan Love. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm okay with both of those plays. Yeah. I'm okay with Austin Booker's hit on Jordan Love because Jordan Love lowers into that hit. I'm okay with the DJ Moore thing because it looks like the cornerback Nixon is just coming across the field and DJ Moore turns his back and there's nowhere for the guy to go. I don't know that he saw him completely. Maybe he did. I know some people are saying watch the way he looks at DJ Moore after he delivers the hit, the way he throws his arms up like he's trying to deliver a hit. Okay. But I'm okay with both of those plays because I don't think that either one of them are dirty. I think this is a hard-fought game.
Yeah.
Between two division rivals that are just going full speed and that really just don't like each other. So
I mean, if you see the play live, Austin Booker, he's coming off being almost tackled Jordan Love or coming off around one of his blockers. Austin Booker doesn't think he's going to meet him there when he starts to run towards the play. I mean, that's what makes it a little weird. Hit on DJ Moore was dirty. I mean,
and Jeremiah said he saw him because he finished the hit. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. And if he did, then it is what it is. And then DJ gets his revenge, right? Because he gets his revenge because on that final play, Nixon is the guy that DJ Moore beats for the touchdown. So it is what it is. But I don't think the Jordan Love hit was dirty at all. Jordan Love lowers his head.
It's a bang play. And yes. The only reason why I changed what I sent you is because that's where the league is. It's a quarterback centered league. It's not the league we grew up with. They're going to have to call a penalty there because they can't have their quarterbacks, the center of the league, get hurt. So they're going to have to throw a penalty, even though I don't know as a defender, if you're running towards somebody like that, how you contort your body and still make that tackle. You don't. I mean, that's why you got a linebacker coming straight at Patrick Mahomes last year, and Patrick Mahomes just like runs around him. Because if it's 25 years ago, Patrick Mahomes gets his head ripped off. I mean, that's why things like that can happen.
The roughing the passer call was crap too, says Megan TV. Megan, are you talking about the one on Love? Because I'm okay with the flag on Booker. I don't think it was dirty, but I'm okay with the flag. Or are you talking about the one later in the game when oh God, I'm gonna forget his name. The backup quarterback for Green Bay,
Malik Lewis.
When he goes down and into the slide, that was also a roughing the passer as well. Because look, I get it. But he's in his slide, and Brisker knows he can't do what he did. It's not even the fact that he comes in for the hit, but he also throws a
if it wasn't for if it wasn't the shiver, which I kind of liked. If it wasn't that, I think they might have been okay if he just kind of like turns over and tries to fall. But again, and that, on Love.
It has to be a penalty because it's head-to-head contact. And we would be screaming the same thing if it happens to Caleb, which if that's Caleb, I don't think the flag gets thrown.
No, and if it's college, I don't know if that flag gets thrown. I just think everything in college, all the rules in college are just done. It's just the refereeing's just better in college, man. It's just, I have no idea why exactly it shouldn't be.
Seneca Wallace the second is what I call him.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think Malik Willis was good. I think Malik Willis keeps them in that game more than Jordan Love would have.
Probably getting out of when the Bears defensive line actually got him some pressure, which that defensive line, I'm sorry, it needs an overhaul. Maybe Austin Booker's a good piece in the future, but it does. Sweat had another sack at the end of the game there, the end of regulation there, and his sack numbers will be fine. He's fine. He's a great player, and he's good against run defense, but he's at other side of a great defensive line. He's the other side, the guy that does the run, can really defend against the run and can rush your quarterback too.
I heard some people talking this week about about Sweat and whether or not the $98 million was worth it. And I think that's a fair question to have, considering Sweat's. But now I think Sweat's had a good year. I really do.
Does he have 10
has he been
sacks?
great? No.
Does he have 10 sacks? He's going to have 12, 13 sacks. He's going to get run against the run. Like, yeah, I mean, he's not getting paid top defensive edge.
He's getting paid elite edge rusher money.
Yeah, but
he's not getting paid
TJ
Watt money.
No, he's not getting paid Micah Parsons money. He's not getting I don't even know if he'd be in the top 10. I mean, we could look at top 10 edge rushers. We can get
he's getting 98 totals out of, what was it, a 5-year deal?
Yeah, I don't think that would put him in the top 10, and he's might be close to a top 10 edge rusher with over 10 sacks. I mean, maybe top 25. I think you're getting just about his money for him. What are you getting? What are you losing? 2-3 million a year at best? Okay.
Yeah, no, look, you're getting a deal. He's not even in the top 10.
I think the problem is you can't go out and buy an edge rusher right now because you're going to have to pay your quarterback. That's for sure. You have one of the most expensive offensive lines in the league because you couldn't draft an offensive line. Your left tackle's cheap. Both left tackles are cheap. You know, you don't need to have Braxton Jones around anymore. But
Montez Sweat is the 8th highest paid edge rusher this season. $24.5 million. He's getting paid more than Rashawn Gary and Trey Hendrickson, but guys getting paid more than him on the AAV. TJ Watt, Brian Burns, Josh Hines Allen, Nick Bosa, Max Crosby, Daniil Hunter, and Myles Garrett.
Micah Parsons isn't up there?
Didn't I say Michael Parsons' name? I'm not sure. I'm looking at, this is according to Market Play. No, not Market. What is
75th in win rate against qualified pass rushers.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit, like I said, he's the other guy on the side of the line guy. So yeah, maybe you're paying him 3 to 5 million more than he deserves. I mean, I don't think it's something to pick at. I really don't.
So the reason why what's his face is not Micah Parsons isn't on here is because his salary.
Can we celebrate a little bit more here? I feel like we're losing ourselves in the minutia here. I used to play poker. You play poker, right? So I used to play poker. We used to have crazy giant games. This is when the World Series of Poker was out and everyone would play. Even people who didn't play at all. I have a picture behind me. It's not behind me now because I have the tree, but of my brother playing with me and my brother playing with my grandfather. So I've been playing poker forever. And we used to play. Oh, this is a quick story. We used to play. And because it was beginning of World Series of Poker, we'd have like 30 player games, 40 players games at an old house I used to be in with my cousin Billy and my brother Joe. And we'd have like 30 player games, 3 table games. And we get to the end. And there was always Bill Stewart, who listens to the show sometimes, would be playing again. Would play, and sometimes he would just go in on the dumbest hands. He'd be one of those. And we're at the end of a 30-player game. It's like 2:30 in the morning, and he goes in. I got a pair of kings on the flop. He goes in with a 7-5 offsuit, and he's got 3 spades. So he needs river flush basically to win.
And he got it, didn't he?
He got it. I think about that hand, and we're talking, this is like a $500 hand at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I won a little bit in second place, but he wins. Yeah. $500 hand. He wins. River. I always think about that when a game like this happens, where it's like he was like 2% to win, maybe 3%.
Such a bad beat.
And it's such a bad beat. And my mind is always like playing the percentages. Even before that, they came out with the app for the percentages, just because of my mind's always in poker. And I always think about that hand when I think about what the Bears did to the Packers. How aggravating is this team to the opponents they've played this? Is my question. Like, how aggravated? If you're a Packers fan and you're being honest this morning, wherever you are, Julianne, because you ain't here, How pissed?
He's still mad at me probably because I said that I wasn't going to miss Micah Parsons this week. She thought I was being mean, and that's not what I was doing. I wasn't being mean. I just didn't miss Micah Parsons. I'm sad that Micah Parsons is hurt because I think he's good for the league and he's fun to watch.
Oh yeah, it was
same reason why I think Patrick Mahomes. It's sad that Mahomes is hurt, but I'm still happy that I'm not watching the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I'm still happy that Micah Parsons wasn't terrorizing Caleb Williams all night last night.
It was fun the first game, and Caleb Williams, I think, got the best of him in that first game. I mean, he's huffing air at the end. Too much crying at those Fitz poker games. Thanks, Doubting Thomas. We're celebrating.
You're right though. Like losing a poker hand, dude. Rivers
Texas
Casino.
Hold'em. Oh my.
Rivers
Go
Casino.
ahead.
I was playing Texas Hold'em at Rivers Casino. I went for a day, and I told Michelle I want to see how what I could do at a day at Rivers. So I go up there, and I sit down with $300 at the poker table. Well, I'm up there for about 6-7 hours playing poker, and I'm up about $900. So I'm about to go home, and it's table etiquette. So you let the blind button come around to you before you get up and walk away from the table. And so I tell everybody, all right, this is gonna be my last go around. When the button gets back to me, I'm leaving. This new guy sits down at the table, and I have 8-9 of spades, and the flop comes up 10 Jack Queen of spades. I have a straight flush. It's the first time in my life I've ever gotten a straight flush.
I've got one. Okay. I think
I raise. Guy who just sat down calls me. I'm like, all right, he's got something. Maybe he's got 2 pair or something, or maybe he's got a full house. I don't know what you got at this point, but whatever it is, it's not a straight flush. So then the return card comes out. It's like a 2 of hearts. I bet more, and he raises. I'm like, what the hell does this guy have? So I call. The next one comes up, and it's the ace of spades. So I push all in. He instant calls me. This entire time, he went with a king of spades draw, and he got the royal flush on the river.
What?
The whole time he was on 8. I was so mad. 900. I went from up 900 to down.
If that was on like poker. Like video poker, so I wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, they fucked me over.
Yeah, like, it is. I mean, I sat there for about a good 3 minutes and just stared at the table, and just stared at the cards. Like I couldn't believe, like how the hell do you lose this? And no, at Jeremiah, they do not have a bad beat pool at Rivers, or at least they didn't for the cash table.
They do in some places, where you get a bad beat.
Yeah,
Jeremiah says teams that play the Bears are something like 2-14 after they play the Bears. Well, the Cowboys went on a little run after they played the Bears. So did the Ravens. But I mean, I don't even know as the Packers what you do after a game like that. That is like a heartbreaker.
And especially if Jordan Love can't go next week. You know what I mean? Like if Jordan Love can't play next week, who do the Packers have? I want to say the Vikings, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm looking it up right now.
You look it up. I have one more story, if I may.
Go ahead. Yeah.
2001 Bears. I don't know if you remember the 2001 Bears. I think you were in the Marines at the time getting your ass kicked. But
I was.
But they had a back-to-back games where Mike Brown, the great safety, ex-safety for the Bears, intercepted for the score. The second game, I think it was maybe the first game, was against Cleveland. And they got an onside kick out of back. Shane Matthews, or talk about a guy who couldn't throw a forward pass. He had a noodle arm. He couldn't throw the ball. Like he could not throw the ball hard. Like would not have been in the NFL right now. There's no way. He, got him back, whatever. I'm driving back to Eastern Illinois University with Frank Evans, another guy who's listened to the show. He's a cop now. And we're driving. They win the game. We're listening on the radio. They win the game. I'm driving, actually. We're not both driving. And we cheer. Both of our arms are in the air, and then we look at each other. We both see that nobody has the steering wheel. He had to grab the steering wheel. We almost died. I was thinking about that game last night.
Yeah.
Like just the most unbelievable. I could not believe it. I know I texted you at one point, like, buddy, this is not going to be the game. Like, there's
the 06 team, right? Like,
what
didn't the 06 team win 4 games without scoring an offensive touchdown that year?
Yeah, something like that. Or maybe it was the 05 team, but they had that Cardinals game where
the Niner game.
Hester comes all the way. Hester takes one back, and there's like Brian Urlacher won defensive player of the year that year, which for
I think it was the
49ers
game where they Peanut punches the ball out and they're down by like 2 touchdowns. Peanut punches the ball out. They return it for 6, and then on the next drive, I think they had a pick 6, and all of a sudden they win the game, and it was like, what the hell is going on right now? This team is fun to watch, man, and this team is never out of it. You feel like you've got the head coach, you feel like you've got the quarterback, you feel like you have all the pieces in place.
Now
are they the Commanders from last year, though?
I don't think so. Well,
Commanders went to the NFC title game.
One guy gets hurt, but I don't know if the Commanders are good, even if Jaden Daniels is healthy and on that team. That thing did not look right, even when the Bears were playing the Commanders in Washington. It didn't look right that night. And the Bears weren't even playing the way they're playing now. The Bears didn't really have that run game buzzing yet in that game. And that didn't look right. I mean, I don't know. I just think the difference here, a lot of this stuff can be replicated season to season. A lot of this stuff is consistent. You have an offensive line, like none of these guys are going anywhere. I feel like even if a couple guys get hurt, you got guys behind them. I think that this is a winner. One guy gets hurt, you're in trouble. Caleb Williams gets hurt, you're in trouble. Like, because he's papering over.
Well, of course, any team that loses their quarterback is in trouble.
Even though the only reason the Bears won last night was the defense. I mean, I don't. You could say they gave up a lot of yardage. They did, but they didn't give up a lot of scores. You score 16 points. The opposing team scored 16 points at home for you. You should win every single one of those games.
Well, that was the question I posed to you during the offseason, too, is because people were talking about Caleb and Jaden and how the Bears missed on Caleb and they should have drafted Jaden Daniels and all this stuff during the offseason. And my question to you and to everybody was, and I think I said this on the BetMGM network, too, is what if I told you that Jaden Daniels' ceiling was what he was last year? And what if I told you Caleb's floor is what he was last year? And Caleb still has room to grow, and Jaden has already maxed out. Now, Jaden might be able to hit that ceiling for another 4 or 5 years, but then he's going to eventually come down. Caleb is going to keep going up.
He's going to
and that's where I think people needed to look at that. And that's why I've always said, and that's why I catch a lot of flack from Pat Boyle, who tells me all the time, because him and I went at it, because I told him Jaden Daniels is not better than Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is a better quarterback than Jaden Daniels. He's like, oh, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. And now I don't think you really have a leg to stand on in that argument.
Yeah, I mean, the Jaden Daniels thing coming out is he's too slight. He's going to be injury prone, and he's been injury prone the first 2 years. I don't know how that guy plays 10 years in this league. I don't know how that happens. I mean, he might just turn into a pile of dust. I mean, I just don't know how that happens. I think it's two totally different athletes. When they were coming out, we both went back and looked at the footage of both players. I had Jaden Daniels was my 1A. I mean, I thought you could have picked either one, but he's more of a smooth athlete. Caleb is sudden. Yeah. And he is electric. It's just different. It's just a different athlete. And both can work. Both can work in this league, but you have to stay healthy too.
The way he escaped that one sack in the fourth quarter, I don't even remember the defender's name, but he comes at it and he's dead. Like I think Caleb's about to just get drilled, and he just spins. And it was like, I was like, damn. And then I think he ends up throwing that ball away. But it's just like, man, your ability to get away, man, this thing is going to be fun to watch for the next 5 to 10 years, even when they finally build that new stadium in Hammond.
Yes.
I know you want to talk about that. I know you want to talk about that.
I would like to talk about that. I will have a room
They're not
set
moving
up
to
for
Indiana.
you. I'll have a room set up for you. You can stay in there when we went. We'll both walk to the game together.
They're not moving to Indiana.
And my house that is tripled in price. With all that equity I have in there, I'll have enough room for you. I can make probably another room or two. I'll be like the Chicago Cubs, but when you come over, I won't say I have no money.
It was you who started this rumor, wasn't it? You son of a bitch.
When my house that I buy goes up, 3 or 4 times, I won't say losses are biblical and that I'm just, managing things on the edges and that we're just breaking even. I will tell you that my house went up triple the price since the Bears moved out here.
To Gary.
That's right, Jeremiah. Jeremiah also says if they had a pass rush, they'd be a Super Bowl team, which I agree with. Pass rush gives you a Super Bowl team.
Here's my question, man. Because look, if the Bears find a way to the number 1 seed, and even if they don't, to have to come to Chicago is going to be a big deal for this team. The fact that they get a home field advantage all the way up until the NFC title game, and let's face it, with the Rams and the Seahawks, I mean, if the Seahawks still end up with that number 1 seed, do you trust Sam Darnold in January? Now, all of a sudden, as the 2 seed, you might end up with home field advantage in the NFC title game. Look, I like where this team is at, and I've heard a couple of people say this week, and I don't want to say it, and I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx anything, but I put out a video yesterday talking about how it's okay for Bears fans to talk and be confident. For the first time, maybe ever, you can talk and be confident about what this team is and about where you think they can go. Why can't this team go to the Super Bowl?
This isn't the 06 Bears. This isn't the 2018 Bears where it's all, vapor in an empty bag. It's not. There's substance here. They can run the ball. Yeah. Their defense isn't great, but we've been saying it for years. Give me a top 5 offense, even a top 10 offense and a middling defense. I'll show you a playoff team. I'll show you a team that's going for a title. You don't need a top. I know in every category, Jeremiah, before you even comment about it, that they're in the bottom third of the league in every category, but they take the ball away. And they're
what's going to happen,
break defense. Right? They are. It's stupid to say over and over again. What?
The Bears are going to be in the NFC title game, and it's going to come down to a 55-yard Cairo Santos field. And I texted you yesterday, right after that 2-minute debacle where it took, I don't know why he was taking so long to line up for the kick, because everybody in the stadium knew you needed to get that kick off before the 2-minute warning to save the timeout, even though it works out in your favor. Why he was taking so long is beyond me, but I messaged you and I said, I want Cairo Santos fired into the sun immediately. Because I'm so, dude, this is the one similarity between the Bears and the 2018 Bears, right? Is that if it comes down to a kick, you're not exactly confident that this thing's going through the uprights.
I mean, a lot more than I would be with Cody Parkey. I mean, that Cody Parkey thing was already off the rails. Why he was even playing on that playoff team is insane. I mean, Cairo Santos is hitting kicks. I mean, he hit like a knuckleball into the uprights. I mean, I thought he had a good game.
I just got an
takeaways are not sustainable. You can ride. I mean, they're certainly making them sustainable. I mean, look at those Lovie Smith teams. They kept taking the ball away, Jeremiah, year in and year out. Different players, different personnel, didn't matter. They kept taking the ball. Nahshon Wright, something's going on right there. That seems pretty sustainable. That seems like a guy that's a ball hawk that just gets the ball, that just gets to the ball a lot. Another goal line fumble. That little ant runs in there and gets that ball away from Josh Jacobs. Like, how did that happen? He's like half the size. He's like one leg of Josh Jacobs and changes the entire game. I mean, Yeah, I get it. I get how you would say that it's not sustainable, but some teams have been able to sustain it over long periods of time.
He's saying the same thing you were saying about 5 weeks ago, and then they sustained it, and that's how they continue to win games. Look, I
what I
like
was
this team.
saying
I
is
like what they're doing.
What I was saying is I don't want them barely winning with a 4
Yeah.
turnover. And the Bears did. I don't think the Bears had a turn. Well, maybe with the onside kick, you can say the Bears won the turnover battle. I count that goal line play by Ben Johnson, where he's hiking it to I don't know who. I don't know who wrote up that play. Someone's that I was saying, what's his name? Declan Doyle, the offensive coordinator that no one knows who he is.
Yeah.
Needs to grab him and save him from Ben Johnson from himself sometimes. That's a turnover.
It's not the right time for that play call.
Turnover. That's a turnover to me, and that's a costly turnover.
That's a play call on 3rd and 3 when you know you're going for it anyway. That's a play call on 1st down. That's a play call on 2nd down and goal. That's fine. 4th and inches when you are averaging 6 yards of rush on that drive. It's just a bad play call. I love Ben Johnson. I trust Ben Johnson 110%. It's just that one got away from him for sure.
I don't even know if they
this
get
just
it.
in from Mike Garofalo, by the way. Emerging as the top candidate for the New York Giants head coaching job, Notre Dame's Marcus Freeman.
Yeah. You know, when you first said it, what is it, 2-3 weeks ago when they played their last game, it did make a lot of sense. It did make a lot of sense, but another defensive coach for the Giants. I guess they went offense, and now they got to go back defense. I don't know.
I don't want Marcus Freeman to leave Notre Dame. Why can't the college coaches just stay with the programs that they rebuild and they make like Notre Dame's program? This is the first time since Lou Holtz that Notre Dame's program has been what it is now. And there's just no, like, I don't know. I'd hate to see it go. I'd be happy for Marcus. I think Marcus is a fantastic coach. I think he's a leader. I think he will do well, especially with that Giants. I think that's the sexiest job on the market this offseason because you've already got your franchise quarterback. You've got your franchise wide receiver. You've got a lot of talent on defense. And you probably have your franchise running back, even if you decided you wanted to draft one in which they might have a top 5 pick. And guess who's coming out of the draft? If Marcus Freeman goes there, he's already coming out of the draft. But if Marcus Freeman goes to New York, guess who he can draft? Jeremiah Love. And now you have your franchise running back with your franchise quarterback, your franchise wide receiver, and the talented defense. Look, that's a talented team, man. And I know they're not winning a lot of games. I know they're going to have a top 5 draft pick again this season, but they're not winning because they don't have talent. They're winning because they didn't have leadership. And Marcus Freeman would definitely bring that there. And I think he'd be successful immediately, especially in a very wide open NFC East. We don't know what the Cowboys are going to look like next year. We don't know what the Eagles are going to look like next year. So, I mean, that is a prime landing spot for any head coach, but especially Marcus Freeman, man. Especially.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends what he wants to do. I mean, I remember when Nick Saban left the Miami Dolphins to go to Alabama and they, asked him, "Oh, why did you quit on the NFL?" And he's like, "Well," and he's a pretty honest guy. I mean, he's a scumbag, but he can be brutally honest sometimes. And Nick Saban was like, "Well, I'd rather have 3 or 4 first round picks a year," or I think he might have said 4 or 5 because that's what Alabama basically gets every year. It's a different league. I mean, if he wants to have that competition get ratcheted up a whole bunch, where at Notre Dame, you do have an advantage over a lot of teams every year because you are getting a lot of good talent every year that other colleges are not getting. You are going to be in a whole different territory in the NFL. It just depends if he wants to do that. If he wants to do that, now's the time because his stock is probably never going to be this high.
Look, I say all the time, you don't draft a running back high. You don't draft a running back in the first round. But in a lot of times you end up with, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt in the 4th or 5th round. You end up with a Kyle Monungai in the 7th round. So yes, running backs are, but I'm telling you right now, man, Jeremiah Love, I don't like comparing rookies to Hall of Famers, but if you're going to hit another Adrian Peterson, it's going to be Jeremiah Love. I just think that this kid is just watching him, and I've said this all year watching him, he is going to be fun to watch on Sundays. He is going to be that guy, especially if you threw him in that Giants offense. Oh my God, that team's going to be good. That team's going to be good.
I mean, and that defense has all the good pieces already in place. They already do have, talk about some edge rushers. They already have some pretty good edge rushers. Banks, and I forget the guy on the other side.
Did Ashton Jeanty not just have him? But listen, Jeremiah, we don't listen to the ESPNs of the world. We don't listen to the draft experts. We listen to Combs and Fitz. And what did Combs tell you about Ashton Jeanty? What did Combs tell you about Ashton Jeanty?
I wasn't in on him.
I thought he stay away.
I thought he could. I think he still could be an Alvin Kamara.
Who's
good? Who's really good? I mean, Alvin Kamara is terrific, but he's not. I don't think he's worth a top 10 pick.
While ESPN and all of those experts were telling you that he's the next, great thing, and he was this and he was that, I was telling you he was doing it in a Mountain West Conference. So let's take a step back before we start giving him.
He looked like a Reggie Bush or something like that. Who really can't. I mean, I've only seen a couple other games.
College running back. And it's going to be the same thing. Look, when you look at this draft class, this quarterback draft class as well, look, I think Indiana could win the national title. I think that they are that good. But Fernando Mendoza is going to be a bust as an NFL quarterback. Fernando Mendoza is not going to be a good NFL. He's going to be one of those.
Yeah.
It was a great college quarterback, but a subpar NFL quarterback. He's basically maybe with a better arm, in a more accurate arm, and a more quarterback type arm, but he's basically Tim Tebow, essentially. A guy who
Thomas.
Can really win
Combs stroking off ND again.
Well, somebody needs to, because they're not playing in the college football playoff like they absolutely should have been. Boy, I'm so glad we got those group of 5 teams in, though. Man, were they fun to watch yesterday. Since beat by 40+ points.
Since we're talking about bad takes and New York coaching jobs, can we have some fun, and can I play you one of the worst pre-NFL season takes probably in history? This is a Draft King show of, it looks like New York Jets fans. I won't play much of this, but I saw this the other day and we were talking about this, so I thought I'd show a little bit of it.
I think this Ben Johnson thing is destined for failure. Just my gut instinct. I'm like, this shit where this guy's been announced, this quarterback, this fucking offensive guru.
I never wanted him in the Jets. I didn't want the guy we got either.
No. I think Glenn's going to work. I'm like in on Glenn, out on
I hope you're right.
Johnson's like this guru. Listen, he was creative with calling plays. When you have the greatest offensive line, the best running backs, like elite receivers,
Notice how you said
elite
S
tight end
on running backs, because
you
barely get one good one, you get 2.
When you have all the
somebody get that guy a cheeseburger. I don't think he's had enough. He's eaten all of them.
I know.
Look,
I think he ate one of the Detroit Lions running
I
back.
think a lot of people had that take, though. I remember Colin Coward.
I never
Colin Coward after week 2.
I know.
Colin Coward was talking about, Ben, this thing was a bad hire. It's not going to work. They missed on Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson aren't going to mesh. And then last week, what did I hear Colin Coward say? Just 8 weeks later, Ben Johnson's the best hire since Sean McVay. Asshole, you can't just change your take. You can't just change your take just because now it's working. No, what you say, Colin, is, man, I missed on those. This thing looks really good now. This thing looks really good now.
I don't
now
remember
you can't
a
just
lot of
change your take like you didn't happen 8 weeks ago.
Maybe I wasn't reading that, but I don't remember a lot of people having that take. But whoever did, like, how could you watch the Detroit Lions? And I know Jared Goff went to a Super Bowl and he looked good, but the guy is like a robot back there. He's a statue, and you made him look that good. They did have a great offensive line. I think Jeremiah said that offensive line wasn't good until Ben Johnson started calling plays. I can agree with that. But look at what he's done to the Bears. Just that take that Aaron Glenn at that point were people actually saying, oh, Aaron Glenn, that's a great hire for the Jets, but the Bears got Ben Johnson. Oh no. Everybody had wanted Ben Johnson for like 2.5, 3 years. Like, what are we?
Yeah. I think people were high on both. But I do remember some people were a little down on Ben Johnson. Some people were down on that, because I think what happens is people will see something and then they want to take that hot take, right? Like they want to have like freaking the moron last week. I forget his name, Broussard, who said that Shedeur Sanders is absolutely going to outplay Caleb Williams this week.
Oh my!
And then he looked like an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. People will just take these takes on hopes that they hit. And I'm here to tell you, look, I say a lot of things that people will disagree with in the moment. But if I say them, I mean them. I'm not saying it to get clicks. I'm not saying it to get clicks because we don't get clicks. But I'm not saying it to just get clicks. I'm not saying it because I'm saying it because I actually believe that that's what's going to happen.
And we've ate shit on this show.
Yeah, we
eat
don't.
Shit all
I
the
don't
time.
just make stuff. Yes,
but I would never
when
make
I'm
that
wrong.
Take. If the Jets got Ben Johnson and the Bears didn't, what do you think I would be saying? Like, why did the Bears get Ben Johnson? They never get the best. We got Aaron Glenn. Are you kidding me? Like, yes. I mean, like, what is Aaron Glenn? Another defensive coordinator? Are you insane? I would have gone insane.
I don't remember. Okay. So there's a difference between me saying something and that I don't remember bashing Matt Stafford, because I've always been a proponent of Matt Stafford. Did I say? I remember talking about him in the preseason and talking about a 40-year-old with a 35-year-old with a bad back.
37. Yeah.
I remember talking about that, but I don't remember bashing him.
I think you compared like Jordan Love, or it could have been somebody else with him, and said, yeah, he's probably like a Matthew Stafford. And then I was like, Matthew Stafford? Like one of the best quarterbacks ever? Matthew Stafford's going to be in the conversation at the end of
Matthew Stafford's a Hall of Famer. He's the first ballot Hall of Famer. I just don't I don't know. I don't remember what the take was. Maybe if we could find the tape. Jeremiah, that's your homework. You go back and find the tape on YouTube.
I'll try to
Jeremiah,
find it.
Look, I'm gonna hire you as our production staff, Jeremiah. You're hired.
I don't think
you can have 5% of what we make on the show. What's 5%?
I don't think it's as bad as Jeremiah is saying it is. I don't think it's as good as you think it is.
Well, I've always been
and I've done
Stafford
it too.
Is one of the toughest sons of bitches I've ever watched play the position. I've been a Matthew Stafford guy since I watched a guy blow out his shoulder and then go throw a touchdown pass with the same blown out shoulder. Like, I love Matthew Stafford, so I don't remember bashing him.
Hey, I thought the Jets defense was still good 6 weeks into the season, and then I acted like I was reading the newspaper for the rest of the podcast. So it happens. So it happens.
Yeah, no, and if I did that, I was wrong. Maybe I was drunk on that podcast. I don't know.
I think the real question is, how many times did you wake up Michelle last night watching the game? Or did she get any sleep?
No, so at halftime, or no, at the end of the third quarter, I actually came downstairs because I was mad. We were watching the game upstairs. Me, her.
Oh, you got mad and you changed spots.
I did. I got pissed and I came downstairs because I had to do the rundown for this morning's show for BetMGM. So I was doing the rundown and watching the rest of the game. And then all of a sudden things are getting interesting. And I mean, I hopefully she's not listening. And she hasn't noticed yet, but I put a hole in one of our ceiling tiles in the basement.
Oh my God.
I got so excited that I jumped up and I cracked one of them with my head.
One of the Bears players when Ben Johnson took his shirt off.
Yeah. Except our ceiling's a lot lower, so I hit it with my head.
To which play?
On the game tying touchdown.
Oh, so in celebration.
Yeah. Combs just likes bashing Barry Sanders. Don't kick the ball to Hester. Don't let Caleb have the ball with 2 minutes left in the game. I like that take.
Yes.
W9MXR. Thank you for the comment. I like that take. You can't. He's becoming a lot like it was with Tom Brady, a lot like it was with Patrick Mahomes. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not comparing him to those quarterbacks. I'm not saying Caleb is there, but he's becoming like that in the fourth quarter where you can't leave him time. Because if you leave him time, he's going to find a way. There's 13 seconds left. He's going to find a way to get into field goal range.
Yeah.
There's no amount of time where Caleb can't get something done, even when he's had a bad game. And people were talking about his completion percentage last night. His completion percentage going into the fourth quarter, I believe, was like 42%. His adjusted completion percentage, which for those that don't know, adjusted completion percentage, that takes away dropped passes. It takes away, if you spike the ball, it takes away if you're hit while you're thrown, or if you throw it out of bounds. His adjusted completion percentage was over 70%. It was 71.6%. What Caleb is doing is really, really, he's still getting rushed. And he's still getting hurried a lot. He's still getting pressured quite a bit. And I know a lot of people are thinking that this offensive line is doing so much better. It's better than it was last year. But I think Caleb makes it even that much better than what that is. You know what I mean? Like, because he's able to find the way, I think Caleb's just fine. And then you come down to having the ball in his hands with a chance to tie or win the game. I don't know that there's a quarterback. There's going to be quarterbacks I trust as much as him, but I don't know that there's a quarterback I could think of that I would trust more than him with the game on the line.
No, I mean, it's like I said, if you watch that game a couple of weeks ago, right before the Packer game, the first Packer game, Cincinnati against Buffalo, and you watched Josh Allen, and then you watched Caleb Williams, it wasn't much different. I mean, people can lambaste me if they want. Sloppy win, too many penalties. Wow.
Why? Who like
this guy?
Who taught him how to type?
Does he ever have fun?
You know what? That's actually his wife's typing for him there. He capitalizes and he uses punctuation. There's no way John knows when to end a sentence. There's no way.
I mean, but I just think that the thing with Caleb is same thing with Josh Allen, is that he can make throws from so many different arm angles in so many different ways and scenarios on the field that it just takes in so many throws. Plus, he can get out of so many sacks that at the end of games, and he doesn't throw as many picks as Josh Allen either.
I'm trying to figure out this guy's name. At Fall Times Flatica Chief Cop 6141 says bear the fuck down. I agree.
That's a mouthful.
Bear the fuck down. You have to listen. We will bring up all comments. We always do. And thank you for joining the show. But now I need an explanation as to what the name is. There's got to be an explanation to the name. I need to know what it is. At Fall Times or maybe it's ATF All Times.
ATF All Times.
Flata. No, it's FLATA. Flatica. Man.
Flatica Chief Cop.
Maybe we're too white.
I was just about to say that, but I'm glad you said it for once.
No, it's not. Listen, that's not a. I just don't know if maybe there's something.
No, I know it's not a nod. You know, Julianne's the only racist that's on the show.
That's fair. My understanding, he's tied with Peyton in comeback wins under the age of 25. It takes a team to win. His team has his back even with misses. The leadership alone changed the locker room. I like that. I mean, he's right. The Iceman coming through. I love when Caleb, after makes a throw, turns around, puts his hand in his pockets, and then after the throw. After the throw, he just turns around and he watches. He puts his hands in his pocket, like to warm his hands back up, and then hits the Iceman celly.
Which throw was that?
On the fake, Williams looking downfield, launching downfield, going for it all. It is caught. Bears win it. DJ Moore.
Can't hear you. You're muted.
Why did you mute me?
I didn't mute you. It mutes automatically when you turn the video on.
Yeah, but when I come back, it usually the mute ends.
I know, but it hasn't done it today, and I don't know why. Maybe they changed the format.
I think it's the Russians. I think it's the Russians.
Could be. It could be. I was gonna say I watched that over the end zone view, which he does. He puts his hands back in the muffs. Like after he throws it. It's like Steph Curry turning around on the court, like already going back to play defense after he hits. Now that I have that throw and I have that play on video, I canceled my Pornhub subscription because I don't know that. I'm just going to use that play from now on.
That's a little weird.
He puts his hands in his muff, as Tom Brady would say.
Yep.
I
put my one hand in the muff. Little weird.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, but I
won that game.
I think Jeremiah said anyone else cash a Walker ATD. That catch was extra exciting. Who had Jedi? Is it Jedi Walker? Jedi Walker?
Yeah. No, Jedi
Walker. You're right. Yeah. Jedi Walker. Yeah. I don't know who had him scoring a touchdown in the game, but if you did, you probably won a lot of money.
I got to imagine it was like 25 or 30 to 1.
And I agree with you. You said right before the show, I thought Caleb was possibly throwing that away too. That's a terrific throw. Going back, talk about something that a lot of guys in the league can't do. Jordan Love cannot make that play. Jordan Love does not make that play.
I agree.
To Jay Walker in the back of the end zone, because we've seen Jordan Love throw interceptions off his back. He has the arm strength, but I don't know if he has the accuracy.
I don't know that he does. I talked about this week. I don't know that Jordan Love has the same arm strength as Caleb Williams. I watched Jordan that ball in the end zone that Tom Brady said was floating to the right, which it wasn't floating to the right. He just misses the throw. But the ball appears to float a little bit, but it's because he doesn't have the arm strength underneath him. Jordan, there's no reason why his are hitting in Caleb's are not getting, dusted by the wind, however you want to explain it. But he doesn't make those throws because he doesn't have the arm strength. I said this about the touchdown pass a couple weeks ago that he makes to the wide open wide receiver, or the tight end, or whoever that has somebody's uncle in a wheelchair that was wide open because nobody covered him. He underthrows that ball by 4 yards. The receiver has to sit there and wait. If there's a defender within 15 yards of him, that ball's picked off. But instead it was a touchdown, but it was severely underthrown. Jordan Love, to me, doesn't have that. He does make bad decisions when under pressure, which is why I thought that they were in a better situation yesterday with Malik Willis than they were with Jordan Love.
Lewis. But that's an inaccurate sports talk. But anyway, no, I agree. Just the way Malik was able to get out of, and just how quick he was. And that Bears defensive line, man. I thought Grady Jarrett was going to be better. I really did. I know he's not a defensive end, but I don't see a lot coming from there.
Your brother's trying to contribute again.
Why did the Bears commit so many penalties? Oh my God. It's embarrassing. You're embarrassing me.
But his wife is texting for him because, again, he uses punctuation.
You're embarrassing me in front of Combs. And I once played a video with a black man's penis in it on the show accidentally. I didn't even know it was in the video. And you're more of an embarrassment, John. You are more of an embarrassment than that.
Why did
we're going to talk about
so many penalties?
That's a problem. I will agree. I'll actually agree with him there. That is a big problem. Over 100 yards in penalties. Not good. They have the most pre-snap penalties in the league. That's not one. Their offensive line was not great last night. I mean, they're great.
No.
They're great running. They're great run blocking.
A couple of those penalties were questionable. A couple of them were. I mean, look, it's still way too many penalties, but a couple of those shouldn't have been penalties.
Is a great right tackle. He's gonna get penalized though. He's gonna have some cost.
He holds a lot. He holds a lot. But there was a lot of holding also. There was a lot of holding on the pass. I was screaming all night.
Grady had a great game. Did Grady Jarrett have a great game? I don't know. I must have.
Yeah, Grady had a really good game.
I did not know that. I know he's had a couple of good games lately, and he was hurt a couple of times this year. I know he's had a couple of good games.
Well, I've noticed
he is an older player.
What their teams are starting to do is they're starting to double team Grady, which I think is starting to open up Austin Booker. And
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think because they're paying more attention because he's a disruptor, man, especially in the run game, especially on run defense. He finds a way to break through, man, and he stops a lot of runs in the backfield. I thought Grady had a great game last night.
That could be a bad take by me, but it's not saying that the coach of the year this year was a bad hire. And that Aaron Glenn of the Jets, he's going to turn the Jets around. How are the Jets doing?
It looks terrible now, especially, yeah. I mean, and people are wondering whether or not the Jets are hiring again in this offseason.
Well, we thought Aaron Glenn was going to barely make it through half the season, but I think you got to give that
the Jets would have been
time.
better than what they are, and the fact that they're not makes me wonder whether or not Aaron Glenn gets a second season in New York. I don't think he does. Stops in the red zone. Can we take his phone away? Can we call somebody?
I don't know.
Cancel. Like, can we just end his internet subscription so he can't watch anymore? I mean, what are we doing?
I don't know.
What are we doing, John?
Can we super quickly go through our picks for the week?
Yeah, let's, because John just ruins everything. So let's just get our picks and
grinded the show to a halt.
Unreal with nonsense comments. All right,
I think he's chat GPTing these comments at this point.
He probably is just copy and pasting because there's no way he's using punctuation correctly. I don't believe that for a second. Let's start with Bills and Browns. Buffalo at Cleveland. Buffalo is a 10.5 point favorite in Cleveland. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You go first.
I'm going to actually take the Cleveland Browns in this one. Buffalo coming off that win against New England, but if I'm getting 10.5 points, I'm taking the home team in Cleveland. Cleveland's defense is still pretty good. Buffalo's secondary is suspect, and Shadur Sanders has looked decent over the last 4 weeks or so, minus the game last week against the Bears. But he has looked good, and he has looked better. I think that they can keep this game within 10. I don't think they win it, but I think they can keep it within 10.5. So I'll take.
I think Cleveland gets slaughtered again. I'm going Bills all the way.
All right. Chargers, Cowboys. Look, the Cowboys have I believe, a less than 1% chance to make the playoffs, or they might have been eliminated with Philly's win. I can't remember. But I did know coming into the week, less than 1% chance to make the playoffs. They get the Chargers, the 10-4 Chargers, who are trying to keep up with the Denver Broncos. The Cowboys are a 1.5 point favorite over the 10-4 Chargers. The 6-7-1 Cowboys are a favorite over the Chargers.
Yeah, I can't believe that, but I'm taking the Chargers. I think it's maybe it's Dallas's offense is the reason why, but I'm picking the Chargers here.
I'm on the Chargers too in that game.
I know the Eagles clinched the division, so I don't know.
I think it's a big Omari and Hampton day. I do. Chiefs Titans. Chiefs eliminated from the playoffs. They've got Gardner Minshew under center today.
It was not bad. Backup.
Chiefs are a 3.5 point favorite in this one in Tennessee.
I'm still taking the Chiefs. I don't care. I think Gardner Minshew is okay. I know you're going to say Cam Ward's name at some point, but I don't care. I'm taking the Chiefs. I'm taking
the Titans, and I actually bet the Titans money line because I think the Chiefs are done. I really do, and they have nothing to play for. So I just think that this is one of those games where Cam Ward's going to go out. He's going to be able to take advantage of a soft defense that doesn't have anything to play for. And I think the Titans find a way to win a football game today. Their third win of the season against the Kansas City Chiefs. Bengals, Dolphins, Cincinnati, a 3.5-point favorite. The same week that Joe Burrow says that he's thought about what it would be like to not be a Bengals quarterback.
Who hasn't?
And the Dolphins have benched Tua, by the way. Quinn Ewers is going to start for the Dolphins.
This should be a fun game. I'm going to take the Bengals anyway. Is T. Higgins playing? It doesn't matter
T. Higgins is playing.
Great. And I didn't put him in my lineup. Cool.
Yeah, I just went to go set my lineup because I realized it was after 12 and my semifinals lineup is now locked.
Yeah. Oh, well. Probably wasn't going to win anyway. So I'm going Bengals here.
Yeah, I'm going Bengals too. I think Burrow and the boys, I think they find a way to turn it on. I think Burrow has a monster day against
Carson Burrow. Joe Palmer.
Let's go to a game that is only going to be watched by people who have a ticket and will be at the stadium. I don't think anybody else other than that will watch this game. It's Jets and Saints in New Orleans. Saints are a 6.5-point favorite. Even against the Jets, do you trust the Saints giving up 6.5 points? This is a game where I can't trust the Jets to not lose by more than a touchdown, but I can't take the Saints minus 6.5.
It's hard to say I'm going to take the Jets, but I'll take the Jets here. I don't know why, because I wear Joe Namath jersey every Super Bowl. Hopefully the Super Bowl I won't be wearing that jersey.
Malik Willis Bowl. Aw. Do you need a tissue?
Oh, Dakota Day,
need a
22.
Tissue? Because if Malik Willis had won that game last night, do you know what Packers fans would be saying today? How entitled Packer fans would be? Oh, we own you. Oh, we beat Malik Willis. I don't care.
Did you think Jordan Love was?
I don't know. I don't care if we beat Willis Reed. I don't care if we beat freaking Willis DeTemple.
Joshua Jacobs.
I don't even know if that's a real person. I don't care who was under center.
Did you see Malik Williams?
Bears are up 2 games in the division. Deal with it.
Williams. Did you see Malik Willis's numbers? Do you think Jordan Love is going to have better numbers than that? I don't think so.
No, I actually think that Jordan Love has a worse game than Malik Willis yesterday because of the defense the Bears were playing, because of the way that Love's game goes. Like Love relies on the deep ball. The Bears were not allowing anything deep last night. They just weren't. And Malik Willis was able to create a lot with his legs, something that Jordan Love sometimes can do, but he's not Malik Willis with his legs. I'll tell you that Malik Willis is much faster than Jordan Love. So, and I think also Malik Willis didn't make the mistakes that Jordan Love might have made with making some bad decisions under pressure. So that's why I think it was a better suit for them. All right, let's go. Vikings Giants. Vikings are a 3-point favorite against the Giants in New York.
I'm taking the Vikings. I don't know why. I have no idea.
I'm taking the Giants just because.
I know you are because you love the Giants.
I do. I love Jackson Dart. All right. Buccaneers, Panthers. My Panthers to win the NFC South ticket.
This is going to be a good game.
Really nice, baby.
It's going to be a good game.
It is. It's a 3-point game. Buccaneers are a 3-point favorite in Carolina. I'm taking the Panthers.
I'm obviously taking the Bucks.
All right.
Baker
Jaguars, Broncos, another big game. Broncos 12-2. Jaguars do have a shot at the number 1 seed, and it starts today by beating the Broncos in Denver. Which quarterback do you trust more, Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence? Broncos are a 3.5-point favorite at home.
Late in the game, I'm probably taking Bo Nix. I still don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. I think Jacksonville's had a good year, but I still don't believe in that guy. I'm going to take the Denver Broncos. Same reason why I'm going to take the Denver Broncos over the Packers last week.
I think the Broncos are a better team. I think people don't believe in them, but I think that they are really, really good.
Yeah, good defense.
So I think, so I'm going to take the Broncos too. All right, Falcons, Cardinals. Falcons are a 3-point favorite at Arizona in the Who Cares Bowl.
I'll take the Falcons. They've looked good lately.
I'll take Atlanta as well. Yeah.
Nuts.
All right. Steelers, Lions. Come on, Pittsburgh. Lions are a 7.5-point favorite at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Can Aaron Rodgers do us a solid?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers do it. I don't think so. I'm going to take the Lions minus 7.5.
Lions minus 7.5, huh?
Yeah.
Just for the points, I think the Steelers keep it close in this game. I still don't think they win, but I think the Steelers keep it close. I think no matter what, Week 18 is going to be tough against the Lions. I don't care if they're in it or not.
It does.
The Bears need
if the Bears
that
win next week. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
Bears
but
win
if the
next
Bears
week,
are
it don't
going for a rank, or Bears going for number 1 overall, or whatever. Like Detroit's bringing it that Week 18, no matter what. But yeah,
I think that if they win next week, the 2 seeds wrapped up. I think maybe they could play for a 1 seed, but at the very least, they'll be a 2 seed.
You've been wrong about the Jaguars all year. I haven't been wrong about the Jaguars the last 4 years. So, okay, I got one wrong year. Shut up. Go to sleep or something. I'm sorry you had to see that.
Raiders, Texans. Texans are a 14.5-point favorite. Raiders didn't even score a point last week. Give me the Texans minus 14.5.
Yeah, me too. Texans have been good.
They have been. And their
10 weeks.
Stupid.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's going to be a tough team too.
They are. The AFC I think is I think both conferences are wide open, but I think the AFC playoffs might actually be the more competitive games.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. No, I agree with that.
All right, Patriots, Ravens. Ravens need this one to stay in the AFC North race. If the Steelers lose to the Lions, then they could actually take back the AFC North against the Patriots. I just don't see how this offense gets on its feet against this Patriots defense. I know the Ravens are a 3-point favorite in Baltimore. I don't know how the 7-7 Ravens, with the way they've been playing, are a 3-point favorite over the Patriots, who are 11-3. And I know I'm not exactly a true believer in the Patriots just yet, as far as like being a championship caliber team. But I think the Patriots win this football game. So I'll take the Patriots. And if I'm going to get +3, I might as well take that too.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Patriots here too. I agree on all counts.
Okay. And then Monday Night Football, the 49ers and the ageless wonder, Phillip Rivers and the Indianapolis Colts. Dude, this one, to me, it has Niners written all over it. But, I mean, look at the way they played last week against Seattle.
Seattle, yeah. I'll take the Colts here.
I think they're a much better team than San Francisco. But, man, I don't know that they can do that. I mean, God. Well, Phillip Rivers has to throw for, 200 yards for them to win this game, at least? You think you can trust Phillip Rivers to throw for 200 yards?
I don't know if the arm can take it, but I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to go for America, even though I broke up with America last week during Fitzgibbon.
I'm going to pick the Niners based solely off the fact that I have Christian McCaffrey and I'm in the fantasy football semis.
Okay.
So, that's why I'm taking the Niners. All right. You ready to get the hell out of here?
Yep.
All right.
Megan TV says, Rye, you shouldn't alienate one of your 5 viewers. He does it to himself, Meg. Go away.
One of your 5. Wow. First of all, Megan, right now we have 15 people watching us on all platforms.
Yeah.
Not 5. So take that. And second of all, you're one of those 15 viewers. Well, look, it just popped up to 18. How about that? Look, we are rising. We are rising. And go take a look at our views on our YouTube shorts. We have thousands of people watching us, Megan.
She's never going to watch. He's never going to watch again.
That's fine.
Doubting Thomas started a GoFundMe for my tree in 2026. My tree is the most popular person here.
Bears play Sunday night next week. Big game against the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a big one. We will be back here. Same bat time. Same bat channel. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Tell your enemies. See you later.